Thanks so much for joining me for this Get Ready With Me. Today we are featuring this fragrance by Chanel. It is Jersey. It's part of their Les Exclusives collection, and as you can see I have several of them. I am trying to do a look with each one of these fragrances inspired by the fragrance. So today we have Jersey, and you can see it's kind of a soft, effortless look. It's really my aesthetic. Beige is one of those fragrances that really resonates with me as well. So it's along those lines. I'll talk a little bit about the similarities and differences between Jersey and beige at the end if you want to hear about that. But today we are focusing on Jersey, and Jersey is named after the fabric jersey. So today I have this Boatneck on here, and it's a bit of a jersey material. It's got a silk blend to it, which is perfect for this fragrance. It's lightweight, it's effortless, it's really easy to combine with other pieces as well, and I've decided to include a styling at the end. So I'm going to style this top, which reminds me of Jersey, with other pieces and a couple of Chanel pieces as well. So make sure to stay till the end for that. Speaking of the makeup look, I'm trying out some new to me Chanel today. We've got here a blush that is new to me. We have a newer to the market lip product, but definitely a new to me color. And then we also have a mascara. I've been trying out their mascaras, have not loved their mascaras. So I will give you my thoughts on this as we go. Let's go ahead and get started. I ran some errands this morning, so I just have some SPF on my face. It's the Audacité. These are the SPF 50 mineral drops tinted sunscreen, and I'm trying to test this out to see how it works with other foundations. So far so good on the ones that I've tried it with, but I want to see how universal it is. And then I thought we would go in with a little concealer first. Oh, I also have some brow gel in. So like, this is my errand makeup. It's very imperfect, but it's super fast. So just SPF and then a little bit of this brow gel. This is the Hourglass Arch in a soft brunette. So that's all I have on my face, but I thought we could do something. I mean, this is similar, but I thought we could do this in a different order. So going in with the eye concealer first. This is the Chanel Under Eye Concealer in 40. I had a question about what shade I selected for this, and yes, you can see it's lighter than my skin tone. And I'm going to go in with a foundation that's also in B40. So you'll see how a 40 isn't an exact match with concealer. It's going to be lighter in this case. It's a little peachier as well, which is great for these dark areas here under the eye. So let's just bring that down a little bit. But too much. I've got a number 71 brush here by Sephora, specifically made for the under eye area. I know I don't typically conceal before foundation, but I thought we could just try it. So let's go in with this concealer. This is actually a color corrector in Pesche. Similar peachy tone. In fact, let me show you. Here's the eye concealer, and then here's Pesche. So Pesche is a little deeper as well. It's not as light as 40. On my dark spots here, yeah, you can see even the color there. And then let's just do a little on the chin. And I'm also going to go in with their concealer. Oh, this is an illustration. Looks really nice. An illustration of their concealer as well. This is BD41. This one right here. It's the warmest one right there versus these peachy tones. So you can see that golden tone in there for sure. This is actually an eyeshadow brush, but I'm going to take this as a concealer brush. Just get that all in place. We've got a little bit of darkness, a little bit of scar there. You can go in, I did not go in today because we're going to have a little bit of a velvety finish anyway on the foundation. This is that mattifying base by Chanel that I usually put down. Today we'll skip it in case you want to see what foundation might look like without, especially this one, because it is like a velvet finish. But it's still really natural. Like, I actually forgot about this one when I was doing my makeup the last time because we had a bit of a suede kind of finish on that as well. Then let's go in with BD41 just around the nose area. I have some broken capillaries there. This is great for anything that's like got a redness to it, which is like right here. Now that we have concealer on, that was really fast. Let's go in with the Ultra Laton. This is the Blurring Smooth Effect Foundation, and this is a velvet matte finish. I'm going to make sure to shake this up well. I really like this container versus something like a jar. It just is more convenient. Also, you can see there, okay, this is B40. So you can see the difference between the concealer and the foundation. Very different tones here, even though this is B40 and this is 40. So you can see there is a difference. It's lighter, it's peachier. So I hope that's helpful. I'm gonna go in with this BK Beauty 115 and just take that foundation. And even though it's a matte velvet, I feel like that creates the impression that it's going to be thick and heavy. So this case, it's a nice fluid kind of consistency. So if you want like a lighter weight foundation that's still gonna have a more of a dry down in its finish, like this, I'm just patting it on here, and this works better now that I have less discoloration and I don't really have to worry as much about maybe the potential for something to move underneath, and I can just stipple it in as well. Still not my preferred order of concealer foundation. It is definitely an option for me now because my skin is in better condition. So I think depending on the severity of whatever discoloration you may have, that will kind of tell you whether you need to put the foundation down first or if you can try it like this. Also, there's nothing wrong with doing this and then deciding you might need more concealer and then adding more concealer. I think that's completely logical as well. Okay, so now we've got that on. You can see I haven't powdered, but if you feel the finish, it really does set itself. It's almost a powdery finish. So if you have dry skin, maybe look at a different foundation because this one is going to dry down. And so if you are more oily or especially combo, where I typically apply more foundation just in the front here, like this is one I would pull for, but I can definitely see the potential for this to really catch on any dry spots. So if you like that nice dry down and then also don't want to powder, like I could totally skip powder and be fine here, this would be that kind of foundation. Let's go ahead with bronzer. I thought this was a good bronzer for this. Just use one of these Merit brushes. I love these. This is a #1 Merit brush. I've got here the Beige Healthy Glow. This one is in 329. This is the medium shade. So it's got both the tone and the depth that I need, versus the lightest one that's a little too cool and a little light for me. And then the deepest one is a little too deep for me. So this is a great in between for those medium skin tones. You can see there, it looks a lot more natural. Okay, I'm just gonna do some brows here. We'll take that combination of the Victoria Beckham. This is the BabyBlade in Taupe, and then we'll go in with dark brown as well. So Taupe, just to put the shape down, it's a little bit lighter. So there's more room for error here. If I make a mistake, it's not going to be that evident. So I like to go in with this first, just to really outline that shape. And then the spoolie is really great as well, just like that. Going to take dark brown also, and I'm going to focus that right on the arch here and not go all the way here, just right here. Just finishing off here with a bit of the Hourglass Brow Gel again. Let's do the eye. We're gonna go ahead and use this color. So the Jersey fragrance has a lavender note in it, and it's really beautiful. It's very sophisticated, so I thought we could go in with this. This is a Lilas Poudre, which is a matte shade. So I'm going to take here this rougher #1, and I'm going to go all over the lid with this. So you can see that with that, even though this is matte, it's not flat per se. It's still got some life to it. So in the olden days, when I first started wearing makeup, a matte was very powdery. These are not powdery. There's a really lovely, it's just sheer quality even though it's matte going on. Really lovely. Okay, so we could do that and just leave it the way it is and add mascara. However, I thought this would be a really nice look. Something more ethereal, because there's a lightness about this fragrance. We can add Blanc Perle. This is in 220. This is one of the transformer kinds of shades. It looks like it's just going to be a white, light, kind of brightening color, but if you look closely, maybe I can show you around my finger here, you can see it's very multi-dimensional. So let me show you. So that's what it looks like. I don't know if the light is picking it up, but it's very, it's more than a duochrome, it seems. You see green, pink, I see some gold in there. It's really lovely, but I would not use this with everything. But as you can see, when it's added on, it has more of like a pink glow to it. So it's really something that transforms this particular shadow. I don't think it works with all of the shadows that I've tried so far, but this one works particularly well. It brings out some pink tones without being like a pink shadow. Almost reminds me of the reflection off of like the scale of a fish, that kind of multi-dimensional glow. It's really unique. But like I said, I feel like I have to find the right combination to do this with versus just any eyeshadow. We're going to go in with the mascara. Okay, I've been wearing this mascara. I've been wearing this mascara for a couple of weeks now. This is the one that I think I actually like, the Le Volume de Chanel. This is one that I said was going to be my last chance to try out their mascara because I think I've gone through almost every kind of mascara that they have. And I think I've been looking for this the whole time. So I'm going to go ahead and add that on. So what I like about this is I like the wand. I found that if I'm not working with the rate at which this dries, it can get a little bit clumpy, but nothing like the other one that I had, the Revolution. I think that's what it is, that version. This one is a little bit easier to break up if my lashes start to get stuck together, which can happen. But for the most part, I'm really happy with this mascara. So there's one coat there. So I'm going to finish this side and then let you know how many coats I've added to both sides. But I like to add a lot of mascara, or not a lot, but I really like to just take time with my lashes and get it to the length and volume that I like without, again, becoming clumpy. And it dries pretty quickly, so I've got to move fast. Okay, so I've gone in with 2 coats. And what I find with this mascara is that at the end of 2 coats, it looks like there's a little bit collecting on the end, but 3 coats would definitely build on that. And then so it would be like the lash with some extra mascara on the ends, which I don't want. So I stopped at coat 2. So you can see how much longer my lashes appear, and it really has a nice uplifted kind of shape to it. I did not use a lash curler at all with this, so does a good job of lifting those lashes for me. Then let's go ahead with, this is by Victoria Beckham. This is in Trench. We're just going to cancel out some redness here. Right underneath, it acts as a concealer for me. Right here. Going in with Sweed's Bright, just for this waterline really fast. It's very natural looking that way. So I picked up this blush specifically for this look. This is in Rose Initiale. This is in 72. 72 is the number for this. And I'm looking to see, okay, my favorite brush has blush on it. This is my favorite blush brush. It's the Deluxe Kabuki by Ray Morris. Let me see. Okay, going in with the next best blush brush that I have. It's by Ray Morris too. This is the Mini Kabuki. And I like this because of the unique shape here. It looks almost like a rosebud before it blooms. It does allow me to apply blush like I do. I don't swirl my blush, I just kind of pat it in place just to get the color on first, and then I'll buff the edges out and blend. So you can see that pretty cool pink on me. You can actually see a little end there that I just took off the end of my mascara. A little bit of excess. And then once I have the color on, then I'll really just blend it like this on the edges. So instead of swirling it all, just on the perimeter. And since this is still a little bit casual, we're going to go on the bridge of the nose there, as if I've been in the sun a bit. Okay, let's go in with the lip. This is shade I also purchased for this look because I was looking for a nice cool pink, and I love this formulation. This is a Rouge Coco Balm in Blushing Pink. And this one is in that shine finish, so it's going to be a little bit glossier, which I actually prefer. Between the two, I prefer this formulation. Okay, I'm gonna just remove my lip gloss. Should really like exfoliate them right now, but let's see how this goes. Okay, so I just did a little bit of pinning back my hair here. It's got a bit of a curl in it, so something that's like a ponytail, but not exactly. It's a little more polished than a ponytail. I just twisted it like I would do a French twist, but then instead of tucking in the ends, I just kept them loose like that. So just a few hairpins that I stuck in the back there. And just a little light swipe. This I find if I add too much, it's a little too light for me. So I'd like just a little swipe like that. Now let's talk about the fragrance. So we have here Jersey. So let me tell you what the notes say on the site, and then I took some notes about what I think of, what imagery it creates for me when I smell this fragrance. And the notes, the description on the Chanel site is always very brief, so they don't give you too much and they leave a lot of room for you to come up with an idea of what you think it smells like and what picture it creates in your mind. So it says here, the Roaring Twenties, Gabrielle Chanel uses Jersey, the material Jersey, a supple knit from which sailor sweaters are cut to dress women, creating simple fluid clothes with a natural, easy elegance. This soft fragrance evokes the same delight of freedom. So it's got a lightness about it, which I really love. And it says the composition by Jacques Ploge, the creator of Chanel fragrance from 1978 to 2014. It says Jersey unites delicate lavender with a creamy accord of bourbon vanilla, heightened by notes of white musk. So I started with that as my base, that idea of the white musk. It's soft, it's suede-like, it's a little velvety. The lavender, so I chose that even though it's lilac, it's same idea, that it's a little bit of a purple shade here, like a soft purple shade here. And so that's really all they write there. So for me, I wrote some notes. It reminds me of a sunlit room in a country home in France. You can see the breeze just slightly moving those linen drapes. I can also visualize lavender shrubs everywhere, and then some beautiful bouquets of that lavender gathered together and then resting on a beautiful farmhouse table. And it's a very specific time of the day. It's in the afternoon when the sun is just getting softer and the day is starting to quiet down, but there's still some warmth in the air. That's what I picture. So that's how I came up with this kind of casual Saturday afternoon, really just a relaxed, calm kind of energy and just really simple makeup. You could see I didn't do too many steps today. Usually I do a lot of steps. It's pretty simple today, but the elements of this fragrance layered in there, starting with the base makeup, that softness to it. You've got that lavender or that lilac shade in there. No, they're not the same flower, not nearly the same flower, but that soft element to it. And it has this light, airy, yet creamy kind of feeling to it. And then a very comfortable feeling because this jersey fabric is very comfortable. It allows you to move. And I actually came up with a couple of ideas for inspiration for an outfit based on this fragrance. Oh, let me just spray it. I haven't done that yet. I have this little one from that set that you could order, request. I requested 5 of them and they happen to have the 5 that I wanted to try. So with all of these Les Exclusives fragrances, they evolve over time. So you can really smell different notes at different times as it dries down and then throughout the day. So it takes a moment, but then I can really take in that lavender fragrance. But I love how the musk anchors it. It makes it a little bit more complex. So if you want something effortless and very comfortable, I think this is a great one. So this is a little bit on the same level to me as beige, except that beige has more floral to it. This really has that one note lavender coming through. It's very identifiable. You can tell that this is a lavender based scent, but also that that's not the only thing. But you also know that the other layers in there are also not floral. So if you want something simple, elegant, effortless, and very comfortable to wear, this is a beautiful one. So I've got here a boat neck top. This is a silk blend. So it's got that feel of jersey, but also that effortless feeling that comes along with this fragrance. And I think this boat neck top is so versatile, and especially for daytime. So I've got it paired with a maxi skirt here, and I love the white with the white. And I've got on some Chanel ballet flats, which are very classic. And as you can see, I have a bag that is not by Chanel. This is actually by Hermes. This is a plume, a very well loved plume. It's a vintage actually. And I love how it's worn in and it dresses this down a little bit. It's not so formal. And I've got it here now with some slingbacks, which dress it up a little bit. And if I even wanted to take this further, I could add Pashmina that has a bit of a lavender tone in the blue. Even though this is a blue pashmina, you can see there's a bit of a redness in there. It just warms it up a little bit and has a hint of that lavender. And then you can see that this boat neck top goes with a lot of different things. I can wear it with shorts, especially in this blue family that I love so much, or I could wear it with linen pants. These happen to be by Joseph, both the shorts and the pants. I could also add a jacket if I wanted to dress it up a little bit more, but you can see it still is all very effortless, and that's the whole idea behind this fragrance. Something very versatile that works easily with a lot of different outfits. Just like the boat neck silk knit top, it goes with pretty much everything. So I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me inspired by this fragrance jersey by Chanel. I've been enjoying using all of these fragrances. I have another one in mind next, so stay tuned for that in case you enjoyed this series. But it's been really fun to be creative and think about the imagery that a fragrance can create, and then building a whole entire look from makeup to an outfit with that. So let me know if you enjoyed this series, and do let me know what you are excited to see next. I will of course go through all of them at some point, but it takes a little bit of time for me to wear the fragrance, understand the fragrance, and then be inspired to put a look together, and then now outfits. I think that's really fun too. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.